rescue. You want to rescue, but you're no book. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That can't help me while eating
that's
water.
the same thing.
But Jota Bagala can't tell you the water. He can't pour one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Bagala. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't in 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay, thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling the
Yes.
I'm selling the
no market. Can't get some. I go look for an season.
You go look for the market, you see so?
I see food because the food price, the way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back.
Also, the money you carry to the cold storage.
You put it back. Very rich.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What is to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing that we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. While they cause a motor runner running, they want not doing the work. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we must be able to spare our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children went to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all on the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zoom that they bring in Jota Bagala to drink. Because we are trying to sell our push. But now Zumi, when he said I see that we are so sticking at it. So we ask him to please, we the parent of our boys children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zumi. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, hata. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should rise up, they should become over there, walk over that one, everything they do. But what people are home king? Like just one thing, we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't let on the napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So we should tell our president to help we the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God a great for
You don't let love what take you for. But money ain't no country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're over,
famous "Enough is Enough" protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Counselor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the international media room and across Africa. The famous Enough is Enough protest appears to be steaming up. While the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries, some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government news slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Counselor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the international media room and across Africa for more update.
Right here at TAS Electronics, located on the airfield, right at the airport junction. Here you get quality electronics product from range of charger. I mean, you can name it. But let's go. Let me show you what we get here today. Welcome to TAS Electronics. Here you get durable and affordable electronics product. I mean durable and affordable electronic products. Now, I tell you, what you see here, you can find in other electronic stores. All right, these are high quality electronics products we have right here at TAS Electronics. Remember, the location is at the LF, right at the airport junction. All right, there's a car wash right adjacent the car wash. That's where you have TAS Electronics. Now, this is a portable pressing iron. This is just 12 volt, not at the regular pressing iron that takes 220 to 110 current. It's just 12 volts, so it burns less current and it's very convenient to use. And you can just use it, and touch yourself real quick with it. So you can find it right here at TAS Electronics. I'll leave the number down in the screen that you can call. And also for the content creators, there's a very high quality content creation light that you can use, while you doing your vlogging, while you're doing your video and other stuff. You can get it right here at TAS Electronics. And not forgetting the car owner there, the motorbike owner there. All right, the one here is a electronic pump. You can use it to pump your car tire on the go. Your car tire get flat, you go to a legal area, you know what I mean? And you want to do your thing there. You can just take it from in your boot, you just connect it, automatically it start pumping your car tire. You can get right here at TAS Electronics. And also fast charger. Let me show you this one again. This one is also a pump. There's the pump right here. And when you go out and your battery dies and you want, please borrow me a battery, Now they want say no to borrowing battery, you can just jump start your car right here with this. It's very easy. You can just jump start your car. So all this kit is right here at TAS Electronic, located on the air feed. And chargers, all the original iPhone chargers, you get it right at TAS Electronics. All the original cables, all the iPhone user Type C to Lightning cable, Type C to Type C, and for vlogging also, content creators, upcoming content creator, you want to get high quality professional video equipment, come right here at TAS Electronics and you can get it. I mean, on the air fee. All right, I want to talk plenty. Now, a high quality fast charger. You see, I looking at the MacBook charger. I even have one of this. You have Type C to Type C. So if you haven't Type C to Lightning, you haven't Type C to Type C, you can take it. You have a 95 watts, and this one is 20 watts. Ultra fast charging. This one can charge your phone in less than 15 minutes. I have one of this, and my phone, I said about the charging problem. We have kids.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, whatever the time is from your end, we want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you. And as usual, we urge you to do us one thing. And that thing that we want you to do us is to kindly hit for us the share button. Share in the various groups, share with friends, share with family members. And let's all of us have a very wonderful time. So please do us that favor while we get ready to bring you what we are supposed to bring you. Please. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you that have joined us in a special way. We want to say welcome and join us for the next few minutes as we discuss. Thank you so much. There are a lot of things on our plate, but hopefully tomorrow that's going to be our panel discussion. We will discuss it in depth. But for now, it is important that we at least start the discussion, and that we are going to start. So again, share in the various chat rooms. You can tag somebody, allow somebody to, enjoy the privilege of authentic, very organic information. So I know a lot has been happening in Liberia. A lot of things have been happening. And every one of us, one way or the other, are following, either directly or indirectly, either through someone's comment, someone's Facebook page, or posting, or whatever. But we are all following. And I want to say thanks to Liberians. There has not been a point in time where Liberians have been more concerned about their own country than this time. You know, when you have your property that you value in the hands of someone who you are very skeptical of, you are always on the watch. You always ask people. You are always concerned. And this is the case of Liberia. We've given our country to an 80 years plus man and his bunch of gangsters. And because of that, we are not at peace. We are not at ease. It is only people who are heartless. We want to think that all is well, but all is not well. All is not well at all. So again, I want to welcome each and every one of you. Just let us know by your presence, and we will definitely recognize you and appreciate the reason why you are here. So again, do us that favor. Hit us the share button And let us all have a very wonderful, a very wonderful, wonderful time. So I am also doing the same. I am also sharing. I'm also doing the same. I'm also doing the same. So please, just hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members. And let every one of them know that we are here and we're going to have a very wonderful time. A very, very wonderful time here. Thank you. So I want to say welcome to Baron A. Walker. You are welcome joining us there from the UAE. I want to also say welcome to Haiti. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence. And all of you that will come across this video, even after we should have presented what we have to present. I want to say welcome to all of you. So, as I was saying, what is going on in Liberia is concerning. It's very concerning. And it is something that we are not excited of. Those of you who read the Bible, you will understand that there is a scripture or there is a saying that says, where your heart is, or where your treasure is, the way your heart is going to be. Anywhere you keep your treasure is where your heart is always at. And the only treasure that we have is that treasure called Liberia. There where we have everything that we are struggling for. All of the hours that we spent standing, sitting, walking, or doing whatever in the Western world, where we've come to some extent to seek greener pasture because our nations cannot provide it for us. But everything that we seek, everything that we look for is in Liberia. And especially for some of us that have family members, our kids, and etc. Every morning when we wake up, the first place that we look is Liberia. The first place we want to call is Liberia. The first people we want to speak to are our Liberian people. So it's concerning. For these few days, we've been very, very busy. Very busy. In fact, as I speak to you, uh, I am really, really tired. So I hope that I can be here for like the next, I don't know, maybe 35, 45 minutes or whatever the time will be because I need to take a rest. But I'm glad that I'm here. And I'm also glad that you are here with me. So something is happening in Liberia, fellow Liberians, that is of concern and has to do with our lawmakers. You see, there are three reasons why these people are elected as lawmakers, whether be representatives or senators. There are three cardinal reasons. And those three cardinal reasons, lawmaking, representation, and oversight. They are there to make law in the interest of the Liberian people. They are there to provide oversight in the way and manner in which government functions. They are there to represent you and myself. Because all of us cannot sit there. So it's a governance system by representation. So we vote these people, they go and represent our interests. I will appreciate you for you to invite someone, hit the share button, and let's all have a wonderful time. The next 30 minutes or 45 minutes that we spend here, let's do it together. But I want you to ask yourself, fellow Liberians, Are these people really representing our interests? Are they making law that will positively affect us and protect us? Are they providing the oversight that is necessary to ensure that government is fully functional? Or are they being used by an individual who is seated at the executive mansion and wants to get his will to be a law and gospel? Are they representing you and myself? Are they making laws in our interests? Do they consult us at any given point in time before making or taking any major decision? Do they really care about you and myself? How do they look at us? Do they look at us as just another number that was used to obtain the power that they have, and after which you become a cartoon, or we've become a cartoon, we've become a dirt bucket to them? A nation does not progress in complacency. The reason why you see the Western world, I live in the US, that these people continue to progress is because they are not complacent. They are not satisfied. They always want to improve on what they have. They do not reach to a level and say, well, we forget it. No, there is no forgetting in this particular lane. They go above and beyond in ensuring that they get what they want. And there's the reason why every day there are new discovery. With all of the discovery and all of the scientific tests that have been done, or one would say innovative that have been, proof up, but people are still inventing as we speak to you. I'll give you an example of the cell phone that is very common. Our phone, right? There was a time that iPhone 14 was the most talked about phone. And one would say the sophisticated phone, maybe in the iPhone generation. These people sat down and said, no, we cannot be complacent. Let us step up our game. And they step it up. As I speak to you today, we have iPhone 17 Pro, I think Pro Max or so. A friend of mine took me somewhere and was asking for some phones. So this friend of mine asked the guy that was in the store, either the storekeeper, manager, or the salesman, or whoever that person was, and said, what is the latest iPhone you have? And the guy said, it's iPhone 17, I think Pro Max or so, or Pro something, I think. So I was like, wow. Yesterday, a few days ago, we're talking about 16. 16 was, top notch. Now we are talking about 17. We're talking about Pro Max and all the other funny stuff. So the people, they are not complacent with their position. And that's why they continue to progress. But it seems as if those of us who do not even have it, those of us, our African nations who are already in, one would say, in destitution, feel very complacent. We woke up in the morning, we found food to eat. We think it's all fine. We think it's okay. Once we can lay our hands on 1 or 2 cups of rice, we don't want to know what is happening. And that's the reason why you have governments taking advantage of us on a repeated basis. The people that we have elected to represent us, to make law for us, to have oversight. They have abandoned their responsibility and duties, and they are seeking after their own interest. And you know why it is happening? Because we, who are the employer of these people, we have also forgotten about them totally, and we are doing our own thing. The best way for a company to break down very soon is for the employer to not supervise, is for the employer to be so okay and so satisfied and sit down. When you reach to that level where you think that it's okay, you already know that your failure right there. All the people who are doing well, all the people who are progressing, all of the people who are making strive and they are trying to, make names for themselves are people who are sitting thinking and they are compelling their government to do what is extra. Liberians, until we wake up to the reality and begin to demand of our government to do what they promise, we will continue to sit down and counting on what they've done, what they haven't. Liberia is an interesting country. And I want to thank God for all of us who continue to speak out in spite of our busy schedule and everything. I want to say thanks to all of you. I want to say thanks to all of you. To my big sister, Madam Sise, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks to all of you who continue to try. So, like I was speaking on the lawmakers, what are their responsibilities and functions? Are they working in our interest or against our interest and for their own selfish interests? That's the question we should ask ourselves. The reason why today we are seeing all of these back and forth is because somebody suggested or somebody said that there was a need for us to audit the house. And because that word audit was mentioned, people got angry and say it's about time that this person here gave way. It is only in Liberia that I see lawmakers will be afraid of audit to the extent that they will even want to burn Capitol building because they don't want to be audited in Liberia. It is only in Liberia that I see that the president will support the majority of the lawmaker only because he don't want for an audit to be conducted. They want to use the house as that cash cow to carry on whatever deeds and fill in their purses and their pockets. So I was shocked, fellow Liberians, when I saw something. I was very shocked. Yeah, I was really very shocked. And maybe some of you saw it. Some of you read it. And some of you must have maybe contributed towards that. Either through your comments or, something like that. Some of you. But this is troubling. It is troubling because it shows that these people do not even have us on their list. They do not even have us on their list. They are not even thinking about us. And it is sad. It is very sad. So let me go there as I bring you this news. The lawmakers, the people who you elected to protect your interests, the people who you elected to speak on your behalf, my people, they are not speaking on your behalf. And they are not speaking on your behalf and representing you. They are not speaking on your behalf and representing you. It's all about them. It's all about them and not about you. So, fellow Liberians, today we found out that the House of Representatives, they have received a bill to create Liberia National Police Trust Fund. Liberia National Police Trust Fund. Huh? Liberia National Police Trust Fund. Where money will be placed for the police. According to them, they say that this particular trust fund that they are trying to, they have received a bill on and want to pass into law, that when this trust fund is established or when it's passed, it will provide steady financial support to the Liberian National Police. I want you to listen, that this trust fund that was submitted by James Collet of Bon County District Number 2, a representative of Bon County, James Collet, District Number 2. According to what the lawmakers or some of the lawmakers are saying, or Collet is saying, is that when this trust fund is established for the Liberian National Police, it will help to improve police operations. I want you to listen because there's somewhere I'm going. This trust fund will help to improve police operations. It will also upgrade their equipment and infrastructure. It will enhance the officer training and welfare, according to them. They said that this fund this bill that they have called the Police Trust Fund will also be able to help to support community policing and intelligence gathering, including emergency response. According to what they are saying, that it will be an independent body with people, of integrity and etc. And this particular group of people, they will have the right to own properties, maybe get a headquarter, build headquarter, whatever. They will enter into contracts and they will take legal action and etc. And according to Honorable Collet, this bill will be able to ensure accountability and sustainability in law enforcement funding, especially in the wake of the growing challenges that we have in Africa and the world over, according to what they are saying. But here is the reality that they are not telling you and that you and I need to be very, very careful of. Is this really coming from a lawmaker whose county is seriously challenged in the health sector, whose county is seriously challenged in the education sector, in the security sector, and etc., just name it, is it coming from a lawmaker of that particular district? Why are we trying to duplicate things around? Look, it's another clever means of these people trying to pacify or trying to encourage the police under Joseph Numa Boakai to be more lawless. To be more lawless. As far as I am concerned, all of the things that James Collier of Bone County District Number 2 is saying in this particular trust fund, there are already institutions that are set up to deal with that. There are institutions that are set up to deal with that. For example, do you know that the Liberian National Police, they have insurance? Yes. That if on the job, the Liberian National Police, every time that they take salary, a portion of that salary is deducted that goes towards their insurance, healthcare, etc., etc. Why is it that we are not improving the already system that is set up? For example, let's look at NASCAR, where money is deducted from everybody who is working. Let's just say government. Let's leave the private people out small. So everybody that works in government, at the end of the day, when you take your pay, there is a certain portion of that pay that is deducted and sent to NASCAR, so that at the end of the day, that money can be kept. When you retire, you get hold of that money. They are also paying insurance at the Liberia National Police. There are deductions of insurance that they are paying. That if they are on the job and something happens to them, they are insured. There are budgetary allocation for the equipment of the Liberia National Police. There are budgetary allocation. Go to the budget, check the budget out. So there are already allocations in the budget towards the Liberia National Police, whether it be a training, whether it be for infrastructure development, or whatever you will call it. We already have that. That's why when the police submit a budget, they look at all of these things. They look at training, purchasing of equipment, etc., etc. Put everything together and submit a budget. So why is it that we are not talking about the schools, the hospitals? Don't get me wrong. I'm a security person also, and I appreciate the welfare of every security personnel. Every. It's very important. We are the only people that take risks and sign agreement that, yeah, I'm going and don't know what I will come back or not. We sign agreement. Anything can happen. We can die at any time. Somebody can come fire or we are. You know, I was working at a bank. The first security firm that I was with. I was working at this bank and I was assigned there. And for some reason, I don't know whether it was, I don't know whether it was intentional. I don't know whether Facebook was messing with me or something like that. Every time that I get on my Facebook page, I will come across an incident or some kind of ad will just come on. I will just see some kind of thing where there's burglary, here in a bank, and law enforcement responded, and in their response, some of them was gunned down, and blah blah blah. I would just see all kind of funny ad, all kind of it was just for some weeks. The ad will just keep popping up. I would either see, some kind of maybe bank something robbery, or the police intervene and do that. Say what kind of thing is so? I put my assignment to the bank here, then I try to start seeing all kind of funny thing. you know. But it is what it is. I was a son there for a while. It was very interesting being there, you know. And people bringing money. To the extent one time I was at the bank, right? I was at the bank. And these two Chinese, I'm very sure that they are couples. So they were coming. And I know that what they were coming with, was money. They were about to deposit. So immediately they were coming in, I went to the door so I could assist them, because the elderly man was holding, a bag, and then the lady, who was also, an elderly lady, she was pushing like a suitcase, those suitcases that having a tire on it. So immediately I came to the door to help them, because I want to help them, open the door. And I was serving as a supervisor, other security, they were inside one or two places. So when I saw them coming, because a glass door now, you will see the customer coming. So I decided to go to the door to help them, at least open the door so that they can come in. So when I reached to the door to open the door, the two of them stopped immediately. They stopped us for a while. And then they look at each other. So I was like looking at them and also not looking at them. So I held the door. So they stood up there for some seconds, maybe about 5 or 6 seconds. They could not come and they could not go to their car. So I said, wow, you know, uh, I said, okay, let me just leave the door. Right there, I just made up my mind and make that judgment. I said, okay, let me, leave the door. I left the door and I walked back in. When I walked back in the bank, I swear. My people, oh, we live in a country that is so some kind of way. When I walked back in the bank, they went back to the car. They went to the car, and then I don't know whoever they call or whatever they call. And then one of the managers, who didn't really, wasn't really observing what happened. One of the managers called me and say, "Can you send one of the guys out there to go and help? At the car there, they are bringing in some stuff to go and help them." So I was thinking of going there, but I said no. With what happened, I said, let me get, another person. So there was another guy in the bank I was with, another security. So I told him, to go out there and help them. So the guy went there, collected the bag from them, especially the one that you could roll, the one that had tire, collected the bag and brought it in. So even though they did not inform me of what happened, but then I start to think, I say, wow, is it that they were intimidated by my presence? Black man, gun, and stuff like that, were they or what were they thinking about? But anyways, that is just by the way. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say here is that at that particular bank that I was, I had insurance, all of the basic needs and services that you ever think about for, and that was a very, very that was a very high security firm, not just any kind of ordinary private security son, we had some specific details that, it was not just for any kind of ordinary security firm. But anyway, that's just by the way. So I have passion for people who serve our country because I know the risks, I know the insult, I know what they come across or what they are confronted with on a daily basis. I know that very well. So I am not going to say, well, I don't know what is happening and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. I know. But this is where I have serious concern and that all of us should be concerned about. What happened to the budgetary allocations for the Liberian National Police? What happened to it? So do we want to create another body that will be going out to be looking for funding? And it's dangerous, fellow Liberian. It is dangerous to the security sector. It is dangerous to have a private group of people that will be in the interest of going out to solicit, going out to look for money in the name of the Liberian National Police to ensure that our police officers are well taken care of. It is terrible, my people. It is terrible. Anybody can manipulate that system, and it will be very, very bad for our democracy, for the security system. Very bad. Because when you look at just the surface information that they have provided for this whole thing they called the Police Trust Fund, when you look at it, it's saying that it will be independent bodies. Independent body. And this independent body will not be, I want to believe, will not be government official. They will be private people that will be able to take care of the welfare. They will go out there to be able to look for money. That will be some of their responsibility. Go out there and look for money for the police. Go out there and enter into contracts for the Liberian National Police. These people understanding how terrible this thing is. So you want to reduce the Liberian National Police now to a security frame, because when you have an independent body that will be going out looking for funding for the Liberian National Police, these people will be equipped to be able to, reach to other people to ask them to help acquire property for the Liberian National Police. Then what is that particular independence of the police? What is that independence? I think this bill is very terrible. But again, that's what you have when you have lawmakers who, instead of making laws, they are based on stealing and enriching themselves. It's almost like saying, let's have a private firm. That's what this one means. In simple English way, the people are saying, my people, let's have a private body. Let's have a private body who will be clothed with the responsibility of going out there to go and beg for money for a Liberian National Police, to take care of the police welfare, to do this and to do that, and etc. Let's create a special account for the police, or we can put money there. It is possible that tomorrow somebody may want to use the police for some kind of clandestine act, may go down there and say, look, you know what? I am putting this amount in this particular trust fund. Gregory Como, especially under this government, say, Gregory Como, I want you to do XYZ. I'm putting this money in this particular trust fund. And they will do it. These are people who kill our people in Kinjor, and nothing came from inside. Nothing at all. If you are to ask me whether the money that they are getting, whether it is sufficient, it is not sufficient. But again, this is what we have. With the budget, there is something called competing priority. The other person here want this, the other person want that, the other person want this, the other person want that. So we share it amongst ourselves. So if you start to create a trust fund for the Liberian National Police, then what happened to the EPS? What if somebody from the EPS, the Executive Protection Service, come and say, okay, let's also create a trust fund? Somebody from NSA, somebody from immigration, say, okay, let's create a trust fund. And you know what you are talking about? You are talking about the independence of the Liberian National Police or the security apparatus being subjected to some kind of group of people who going around to look for money, and they will keep their money here to be able to help the police people. That is dangerous for us. Very dangerous. And I don't think it's something that we in Liberia at this time, under this government, we should be thinking about. We should not be thinking about it. Because imagine these people, they don't even have a trust fund. But look at what is happening. Civilians can use these people to go and commit atrocity. In Liberia now, you get serious $50 US. You can walk to a police station. You have one unprofessional police that will walk along with you to go and brutalize people for that $50. We are still struggling with the issue of police behavior, police brutality. And you're talking about having an independent body that will go out there to solicit money. As corrupt as our system is, up to now, we have not even fixed the issue of corruption in our system, especially with the Liberia National Police. We have not even fixed the system. There are police officers that are highly corrupt to the extent that they will not even have the corruption of recent. We saw police hanging on car because they want $20, they want $50. We have not even settled the issue of putting mechanism into place where police officers will be held accountable for acts. And you're talking about trust fund. There are individuals who can use that particular trust fund to do all kind of nonsense. You can put money in there and allow the police to be used. It can happen. Oh yes, these things can happen. Instead of talking about strengthening the laws that we have on the book that will hold police accountable for their actions, you get one lawmaker who should be making serious argument to ensure that the laws that are on the book, that the police will be able to protect the people's right, that the police will be more people-centered police, strengthening those laws. You're not talking about it. You're talking about opening trust fund. Because you have seen, you see, these are all means to bribe the Liberian National Police in this whole saga that we have. All of us remember Jean Collet. It's one person that is in the midst of this whole hula baloo of burning the Capitol building. So no time that is right. He see no time. But at that time, yeah, what he see. And you know why? Because the guys are excited that they are now using the police as Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai private security or private gang to carry on atrocity. So therefore, they must do things to encourage them. They must do things to be able to tell them, say, yeah, we got your back. They are not doing it in the interest of the Liberian people. James Collet is now worrying about how many police officers we are having in our communities. That is not his worry. But he's worrying about creating some kind of place where they will put money there for the police. What happened to the people budget? You are not talking about improving their budget. We're talking about creating special fund for them, special account for them. And you'll see some of the things we can be talking here. When we talk, look, let me tell you, my people, whether you like it or not, we are bringing pressure to bear on this government. You know why? And I will say this, whether you like it or not, but that's the reality. You know why you can see people like Stanton and many others talking and lambasting this government? Is because of you and myself. It's because we've not closed our eyes on this government. These people that you see talking today that supported Joseph Numa Boakai, who told you that they don't know that Boakai is an incompetent old man who is heading or who will head this country down the drain? Who told you that they are not aware? They were aware yesterday. We told them. The only reason why these people are talking is because they have not gotten their own portion of the cake. That's all. That's all. That's the only reason they're making noise around you. They are not in your interest. Don't be, look, those of us who are in your interest will continue to be in your interest. Whether we get, look, I always say this, I am grateful. Look, I have gone to the place where I have seen a lot of things on this Facebook. I've seen a lot of things on this Facebook. But that will not deter me from being who I am. Look, when I sit down sometimes, Billy God, right? In our tradition, in our lay, parable, we say the billy goat is one animal that know how to praise itself. You see the goat? Observe it. At a certain point in time, the goat can just jump up. It will just leap on the two legs. Some of us that have been in the interior, we know what we're talking about. Some of you that have been around cattle, you know what we're talking about. The billy goat will just jump up and start playing, start jumping by itself, start jumping, on the legs, start jumping. The parable states, be like a goat. If nobody is around to hype you, to make you happy, make yourself feel happy. Because it is only you that understand the level of achievement that you have accomplished and what you went through to accomplish it. So I am saying this to mean that, look, I am proud of what we are doing here on this platform collectively. I am proud. I am proud. You know why I am proud? I am proud because you are authentic. You are authentic. It is we that are putting pressure on these people to expose Boakai. They are not doing it at their own volition. Let me tell you something. Our brother Stanton is not doing this thing because he loved the Liberian people. No. He is doing it because you and myself, we are talking. If we were not talking, if we were not exposing Boakai, these people will have no reason to do what they are doing. It's because we are restless. We are relentless in our advocacy. It's because whatever change that who told you they are not listening to us? As I'm speaking now, you know who are those sharing? You know who are those listening? Thousands of people listening around the world. That's why I always encourage people to share. So it is because we are very, very much uncompromising in exposing this government. That's why people like Stanton and all the other people, they are forced to come up and lambast this government. But let me tell you something, they are not in your interests. They are not. They are doing it because of our effort. Because when we come here and expose this government, they come here and listen, they say, no, the government here is getting unpopular with the people. So we cannot do anything to bend or to go against the will of the people. They're not going to do that. Sometimes I see people will cut clip of our brother Stanton, blasting, oh, the government. You know when I see this clip, you know what I say to myself? I say, thank God that some of us are around. I remember back in the 80s, we hear news from Charles Bayon, Kwame Clement, Victoria Christopher Cooper, Aaron Colley, etc., etc. But today, thank God that we are also in the news. Today, you can hear news from Emmanuel Bro. Today, you are getting news, authentic information from people like Emmanuel Bro. He is posting exposing what is happening in our society. Today, we are hearing news from Ava J.J. Peters. We are getting news from our sister Hawa Tote. We are getting news from people like Stephen Zle. Thank God that today we are getting news from people like Dennis and etc. etc. So you are now, look, these people who yesterday supported Joseph Newman Boakai to come to power, today they are angry and exposing Joseph Newman Boakai, not because they are sincere. It is because you and myself, we are talking. If we were not talking, or if we are not talking, these people, they will be comfortable with what is happening and will keep quiet. But because every day, the least chance that we have, we expose them. We are posting on Facebook about killings that is happening under this particular government, about the corrupt act that is happening, about the disrespect for the rule of law, and etc. etc. They are forced to also say, they think we can't do otherwise. We can't do otherwise. Look, Joseph Newman Boakai is weaponizing the Liberian National Police against the people. And if care is not too taken in the not too long distant future, I am seeing the police getting in serious problem with the civilian population. I'm telling you, I'm seeing this. With the level that Joseph Newman Boakai has reduced and stupid Gregory Como have reduced the Liberian National Police to, I am seeing the Liberian National Police getting into serious problem with the civilian population. I am foreseeing that if care is not taken. Gregory Como, who's supposed to be a professional, supposed to behave like a professional person, this idiot has reduced himself to focusing on his lip and his political ambition instead of working in the interest of the people of Liberia. The police is a disgrace to our country. The police that was highly respected, that got international recognition and accolades. Today, the Liberian National Police is not the Liberian National Police that we know. Corruption has taken over the police force. The police is now being used by Joseph Newman Boakai as his private gangster group that he can order to go wherever and commit atrocity and nobody will be held responsible. Look, you know, one of the things that by the grace of God will win 2029, and one of the things that some of us will be very, very strong on, Gregory Como, this act that was committed, this massacre that was committed in Grand Cape, Gregory Como, some of us will not leave it. You and your people will be brought to book for this. I want you all to listen to me today. Today is the 6th month, right? We are in June. June is 6. Sorry, June is the 6th month. Today is the 15th. The 19th, 2025. June 19, 2025. I want you to hear me and hear me loud and clear. If there is nothing that some of us will put forth and ensure that people are brought to book, it's for the killing that went on in Grand Cape County, the massacre that this government committed in Grand Cape County. Some of us, even after we shall have won, that will be our mission. I'm telling you, that will be our mission. You can't tell me that the police went to Grand Cape County and killed people. Up to now, we don't know where the police are from. We don't know who are those that were involved, and nobody is being questioned for that. Nobody. when you see all of the police brutality that is going on, is because what happened in Grand Cape County, nobody accounted for it. No one was brought to book. So at the end of the day, the police think that they are law and gospel. Police brutality have increased. It has increased. Today we are seeing friction in the security force. It's either the Liberia National Police and the Armed Forces of Liberia, or the Liberia National Police and that of the immigration, or the Liberia National Police and another security apparatus. This is scary. It's scary. What is happening in Liberia is not something that we should play politics of. This is beyond your political shenanigans. I heard that Joseph Numa Boakai set up a committee, and this particular committee, or this particular, presidential task force, is to address the U.S. concern and to prevent a possible traveling ban. And when I saw this, I laughed. I saw this, I laughed. The reason why I laugh is because this is just to tell you that Mr. Boakai is unserious. He's very unserious. Mr. Boakai has forgotten when he was mimicking Liberians and saying to them, be sitting there. Donald Trump coming for you. Well, let me play you some kind of video here. That's why I like to be in studio. And when I'm in studio, I can bring you a lot of things. Lot of things I can bring you. I can bring you a lot of facts. Yeah, when I'm in studio. Let me see if I can get it here. Let me see if this is it.
I'm telling you honestly, I can ride a wheelbarrow to go to that night shift. I don't
Oh
care.
no, it's not it.
I'm
Let me
telling you honestly, I can
let
ride
me
a
move
wheelbarrow
this.
to go to that night shift. I don't care.
Let me see. Let me bring this here. I think I should have it here. I think I should have it here. Just bear with me. Let me see. It's not the one that you're talking about, he can. Anyways, I don't know where I put it, but okay. I can't remember where I place it. But it's no problem. It's no problem. I think all of you are aware of it. I'm trying to locate it, but then I get too many files that are caught in a place here, there, and stuff like that. So if I can't find it, it's okay. If I can't find it, it's okay. It's okay. So Mr. Boakai is on tape, mimicking the Liberian people, laughing at us and saying, you're Satan, Donald Trump coming for you. Oh, the Donald Trump that he was provoking us and said that Donald Trump was coming for us. Now that it is getting to him, because at the end of the day, we know that there will be officials of government that will be dealt with. So that now he wants to set up task force. Now it's getting serious now. So they want to set up task force. You see, when we were in school, we used to sing this song, right? I mean, way down the line. Be careful, little more what you say. We sing that song. I can't remember all of the lines, but People used to sing that song. Be careful, little more what you say. Because I think your father is in heaven and he looking down on earth. So be careful, little more what you say. Something like that. Be careful with words that you spill out against other people because you are not in that particular position and you don't know what is happening. You know, words have effect, right? The people can say comma here in this America. They say comma is a B. Huh? Mhm. Because it has a way of coming back at you. In our own common Liberian way, in our palams, we say when you bend down and looking at somebody, somebody is also looking under you too. When you point one finger to somebody, the rest of the other fingers are coming right back at you. I am saying all this to mean that when Joseph Numa Boakai was passing around and when they were excited, because others were saying, put sanction on Liberia. Don't give help to Liberia. Boakai then was okay with it. They were clapping. We were on this Facebook and justifying and providing reason why such a thing must not happen. We were here convincing the international community in the United States and telling them why it wasn't necessary to keep support from Liberia at the time. And we made a case. We made a case. Today, the Joseph Numa Boakai government took over. Guess what happened? His friend, where you say he get Elon Musk, the first thing they did was to block all of the support that was coming to Liberia. Block all the support. You know, Boakai is this old man that is desperate for achievement and recognition. So if you even tell Joseph Numa Boakai now that, oh, I get Bill Gates on the line and he wants to talk to you, Joseph Numa Boakai will be willing to give you a proximity to him. That's how desperate Boakai is. This old man is desperate to the extent that he's looking for recognition all over. So when the Boakai realized that it was about time to set up a committee, you see why I continue to say that the people don't care about you? They care about themselves. They don't care about you. It is about themselves that they care. Boakai says he's setting up committee now. Setting up committee for what? You don't need to set up committee. Do what is right. That's all. Finish. You don't need to set up committee. I don't know if this that I'm about to say is something that many of you will buy. But I'm going to say it because I know it is the right thing to say at this time. You don't need to fast and pray. I want you to listen. You don't need to fast and pray for your money to leave from your house and go in your account. I want you to listen to this. I'm saying you don't need to fast and to pray for the money you're keeping in your house to leave from your house and go to the bank or to be deposited into your account. You don't need fast and prayer. Angel will not take your money from your house and carry into your account. What you need is the physical action of taking the money and walking to the bank and go deposit it. You pray for now to Judgment Day, that money will never work. You can pray for the strength. You can pray for the protection of God upon your life. You can pray that God will give you wisdom so that you cannot be crooked by people who are in the bank. But you cannot pray for the money to leave from your house and go into your account. You have to do it physical. So I'm saying this to me, there are some things that you don't need to even write here, there, set up committee on. Just do what is right. I am not one person that is praying for Liberia to be on a kind of sanction listing. I'm not praying for that. I am one person that will say that let the sanction be a targeted one against those corrupt government officials, against those government officials that do not respect the rule of law, against those government officials that have taken the people power and abusing it for their selfish ambition and interests. That's what I would say. So you don't need to set up a committee. All you need to do is to do what is right. Every day you are running behind oppositions. You have now made Liberia to become a police state. And he's setting up a committee to go say what? To go do what? You have virtually turned the presidency or the executive branch into a bullet pallet. You are there bullying other people. Then you say you're setting up committee. You think the people they can hear? You think they can listen? You think they can see? You think they don't have organizations on the ground that are reporting the act of government to these people? That thing will not help you. What will help you is for you to do what is right. That all. There are some things I don't care how you pray. It will not help you. Just obey. We all know of the story of this particular, I think he was a general or so. And this general had leprosy. Hmm? This general had leprosy. And one of his servant girl came to him and said, I know of a man, the man here, he can heal people. I want you to go there and the man will heal you. The general in his mind, he was a bit skeptical, but again, he obeyed and said, okay, if you say so, fine. And he went there. And when he went to Elijah and explained, Elijah told him, go in the Jordan River and dip yourself there 7 times. You will be made whole. You will be clean. You will be okay. The general looked at the man for long and said, what kind of name man telling me here, so? I have walked that long distance, traveled that long distance to come here. Only for you to tell me to go bathe in Jordan River. I have gathered all of my funniest gift to come and see somebody who will perform, do wonders. And you tell me to go bathe in Jordan River. He felt disrespected. He felt insulted. And it took the same old girl who was living with him, the servant. Say, but boss man, what are you doing so? The man did not ask you for gold or diamond. He did not ask you for wealth. He only said, go dip yourself in the Jordan River. You will be made whole. What's so hard for you to do? Just obey and you'll be good. Just obey. And I know out of reluctance, he decided, okay, I will go. And he went there. And he was made whole. So I am saying that there are certain things that the money will not help you. Getting how you call committee, set up 88 different committee will not help you. All you need to do is just obey, do what is right. Let the police start to respect people's rights. Let the police start to bring to book people who are committing atrocity in their ranks and file. Why would people die at a police station mysteriously and even the police commander is not even brought for questioning? Or the officers who were on duty? They are not even brought for questioning. Somebody in police station, they hang themselves. You say, oh, the man hang himself. And nobody from the station is brought in for questioning. Look at the level of corruption that is taking place in Liberia. From every angle, north, south, east, and west. The people are becoming so inherently corrupt to the extent. Look, yesterday somebody said corruption was in hiding. It was in hiding. They hate corruption. But now, in fact, the way the United Party under Joseph Numa Boakai is behaving is completely strange. Because now they are not only using an orthodox method to steal from the Liberian people, but it's becoming, broad now. I remember the 12 years of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The Omar government was a very corrupt government, to the extent she herself said corruption from public enemy, it became vampire. It became vampire. But these people, they were doing it through paper traces, etc., etc., even though she acknowledged it. But right now, corruption now is in a broad daylight on Broad Street. They gotta get that. Can you imagine at the executive mansion? If people can lie that there is a scholarship fund, they go and take money from they took money from innocent Liberians, struggling Liberians, and nobody is held accountable for that. The Ministry of State. It went to the office of the First Lady of the Republic, Katumu Boakai or Oma. They carry scholarship in there again, took money from innocent Liberians. Nobody was punished. Absolutely nobody. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting show. At about 6:30 to 7, join us under the Palava Hut. It's going to be wonderful. Because we're going to discuss in depth of some of these things we are talking. We are going to discuss in depth. Because what is happening in Liberia is terrible. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that all is now well. Do what is right, and you will avoid being banned or whatever you call it. Do what is right. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot keep committing all of these atrocities, all of these, disrespect towards the rule of law. Subduing people because you want to prove that you are a man or you are the president. And you don't want others to talk. To every action, there are equal and opposite reaction. The energy that you gave out is the energy that you will get. But tomorrow promises to be an interesting show. Join us on the King's FM, where we will be with Teacher Light, Abraham Godson Will. And after that, we'll come right under the Palava Hut. Join us under the Palava Hut too. We'll have a wonderful time. On this note, my people, I want to say to you, forming a committee will not help Joseph Numa Boakai. What will help him is doing what is right. That's all. Stop the high level of corruption. Stop using the presidency to get at the opposition. Respect the rule of law. Stop shielding corrupt officials. And show that you gave us the worth of our vote. And that worth of our vote is to do it the right way. That is the worth of our vote. Stop taking our jobs and giving it to foreigners. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that foreigners can work in our country. I'm in another person's country and I'm also working here. But when a nation is challenged, then we have priorities. There are jobs that you can give out to other people. Why will you go take how you call, go get somebody permit for how you call to go serve as gas station attendants. Then you give them permit. Gas station attendants in a country that is struggling with unemployment. You get somebody permit, then you go low, the person working as how you call a store boy. Like Liberians can work as store boy. You go get somebody permit, then you go see the working as receipt writer. You know, when I was in Liberia, something really used to get at me. I always used to buy from this particular store. It's a stationery store. I used to buy from this store. When I go, I used to buy, buy materials, you know, hmm, especially during the around the test time. They're giving tests or whatever. So now I go to this place and buy materials from there because I will have to print the people tests and blah 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 and stuff like that. And you will see they will call one small boy. He will come and then ask you, what you want, boss man? You name all the things. When you finish naming it, then he calls somebody, hey, Boema, go to the warehouse. Go bring 5 sheet of 5 carton of rain. Go bring this, go bring that, go bring the other one. Our brothers will go in the warehouse and bring it us. Then the only thing that picking will do is to write receipt and record it in a book. Oh. From January to January, you go to that store, that the only thing he will be doing. Write receipt, record it in a book, cut it and give it to you. While we have Liberians who can do the same. But they are, even in fact, some of them are more qualified than some of these children. But they are in a warehouse, bringing all rim of sheet, bringing cement bag, or bringing wet wash bag, or bringing plow osa. And even those who are doing this kind of hard work, guess what? They've not even been paid to commensurate what they are doing. Some of them chicken change. $60 at the end of the month. Anything happen to them is on them. They are responsible for their own feeding and etc. etc. As how terrible our country is. As how terrible it is. You cannot have the people who are supposed to be working in your interest working against you. You got to do something. And that's why we are encouraging Liberians. On this July 17 protest, we are encouraging Liberians. Let us come out. We are coming out to demand justice for those who were killed in Kinjor. We are coming out to tell Mr. Boakai to do what is right. Let him respect the rule of law. Let him stop rich hunting people. Let him stop running after people here, there, Yana. I listened to the recording of Gregory Como today. I felt bad. I almost regurgitate when I saw and I listened to what Gregory Como was saying. The few 17 minutes or so interview they had with Gregory Como about the political incident at the Capitol building that was done by Joseph Numa Boakai and his gang. I listened to Gregory Como today. I was like, can this be a police director of a country spewing this kind of thing? In fact, Gregory Como even exposed the government. You listening to, look, they may expose the government. I sat and looked at the thing and I was analyzing. I took down points. And tomorrow, I really hope and pray that I will have the strength, the time. I will not be called and then we'll be able to discuss it. Today, Gregory Como, in fact, exposed the Liberian National Police and the government. And I'm glad that they were able to have that identical press conference. Josephine Sewon, how are you, Mama? How you doing? I love you so much. Thank you for everything you do, Mama. Appreciate you. So, Gregory Como today, as I listened to the clip, I have the clip. Look, today was Look, a complete disaster, a disgrace. The boy was able to expose the government today. Listen to Gregory Como. I'm like, damn, man, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do this? But again, I don't blame Gregory Como. He has no option. There are no options left. Like our brother Isaac Doe will say, you can lie your way to power, but you cannot lead in lies, in propaganda. No, you can't. I felt so bad today listening to Gregory Como. I was like, wow, can this be a professional police officer? In fact, Gregory Como opened more Pandora boxes than ever before. But well, my people, if you can see, sleep is telling me go and rest. And I need to rest. I want to thank each and every one of you. Tomorrow's join us on the show at Kings FM. And also join us under the Palava Hut tomorrow where we'll be discussing. Until we meet again tomorrow, in a special way, I want to say thanks to Josephine Sewa. I want to say thanks to Alex Chulo. Thank you so very kindly. Emmanuel Bro, Ava JJ Peters, my sister Hawatute, Steve, Roberts, all of you. Baron A. Walker, I want to say thanks to all of you. On this note, my people, let me go and take my rest. And they will be exposed, Josephine. That is it. So until we meet again tomorrow, I love you all. Bye from my end.